Hi, everybody. Welcome. Mike here from Fieldcode. Yeah, let's just jump right in and go over the release from last Tuesday, 27th May. All right, first one is Optimizer for dispatch groups. So dispatch group, you have the option to set a profile for your optimization. We have a new setting under the miscellaneous area for same location grouping. By default, it's off. So you're going to have to adjust your dispatch groups if you want this setting to take effect for when you run optimization. So when you turn it on, you have two options to do. You have radius for same location grouping. What that means is you set this up, and any tickets that have the address within this radius will be grouped together when running the optimizer or using the scheduling assistant or the customer portal, how have you. You can go as big as you want or as small as you want, whatever you need. So in this case, I'll just keep it at 100 meters. The second option is reduce appointment duration. So what does that mean? So when you're grouping tickets together, if you have several tickets together, the first ticket that is first scheduled will have its natural or original ticket duration. Each following ticket that falls within the radius will be reduced by the percentage set here. So in this case, I have it 50%. So if the first ticket is found, I have two tickets, one ticket, they're both in the same location. The first ticket will have its original ticket duration. The second one will be reduced by 50%, so it'll be 30 minutes. So I have this already set up in Workplace, so let's just see it in action here. So I got a bunch of tickets here. So I'm just going to run the optimizer, and you'll see the magic happen. So you'll see, excuse me, I'm using my reduced location profile for my dispatch group. We can take over pretty quickly. It's pretty fast. Also notice the blue bar. It's just a fix we had. The blue bar goes away now. Before, there was persisting and staying even after you finished dispatching or discarded the finished optimizer or discarded the optimizer, the blue bar would persist. That's no longer the case. It goes away as expected. So you see right away we have two sets of tickets. This one here is Fürtherstrasse 187, and that has its original ticket duration of 1 hour. And the following tickets with the same address the times have been reduced by 30 minutes. So for each follow-up ticket that's in the same address or around the same address, we'll have the reduced time. The original ticket will have the first one, and the rest will have the percentage reduced from it. So this one is a different ticket. This is 301, and for each following ticket within the same location. So that is the optimizer. Also, to mention that this also works when you're scheduling tickets via scheduling assistant. So if you already have a ticket on there, I'm just going to undo this real quick. If you already have a ticket on there with the same location and you schedule a ticket manually via the scheduling assistant and you press the save button, it's going to drop it in here and realize, hey, I have a same location, and it's going to reduce the time as long as one is already on the timeline. If it's the first one, it's going to have the original time, so on and so forth. Same applies from customer portal tickets where the end users book in their own appointments. It'll come in here, it'll check if there's an existing ticket on the timeline with the ticket in that location, and it'll reduce the timeline. All right, on to the next one. And bear with me, this can be a long release meeting. We had a lot of features and improvements and updates, so it's good. Let's see how quick it goes. All right, next one, partner portal. We now allow, we now have the ability out the box, no need to set up any workflows to schedule tickets from the partner portal. So what does that mean? That means that now when your partner opens the partner portal link, they will have a partner schedule ticket button when the ticket's in appointment, or when the ticket's in pending wait on site without a fixed appointment. So you can send it with a proposed appointment where they can then call the customer and set up the ticket themselves. So let's see this in action. I have a ticket set up. Let's see where it's at. $498 was it? Yeah, $498. So I already have this set up here. You have to have a partner attached, and you have to have a not only just a partner, but you have to also have an engineer assigned to that partner. If you assign it to a partner and send a partner portal link, and you don't have a partner assigned to that partner, an engineer assigned to that partner in the timeline, it's not gonna. You can click the schedule ticket button, but it's going to show you no engineer is found. So in this case, you have to have this. So let's see what it looks like. This looks like the partner portal, but we have this fixed button here, schedule ticket. And obviously it comes with a validation. You have to fill out information in order to click it. So the partner has to fill out their information here. Once it's all filled out, they hit the schedule ticket button, and we have this little form here to schedule ticket. So the idea is that we have the LSD displayed. If there's parts there, it'll show the part availability here. If there's a proposed appointment, it'll show the proposed appointment as well. It'll also show it here as well, the proposed appointment and any parts as well. But yeah. So here, the expectation is that the partner is going to call the contact here and set up the service window. So in this case, we'll set up the service window for tomorrow from 08 to 18. All right, and you have to add someone to talk to, because it's going to send a call log back to Workplace to the ticket with who you talk to. In this case, we only got one engineer, and then now you're going to schedule the ticket. So we'll schedule ticket 9. It has to be within the fixed time you put here. If you try to schedule, you put a fixed time here on the 5th of June from 8 to 1800, and you try to schedule something on the 6th of June, it won't let you. If you whatever your fixed time here, it'll be restricted here. And as you saw, it automatically added an hour, but you're free to adjust this time. We just sped it up for you. If you enter a date and time, we just add an hour and the same date and same time. If you want to adjust it, feel free to adjust it. So now you save it, it processes, and then we add the fixed window, the dispatch time, and the engineer, and we have the report button where they're free to report on the ticket. Let's see what happened in Workplace here. So the appointment's been scheduled, the engineer's been scheduled, the service, the fixed service window's been scheduled, and the appointment. In the history as well, we now have a call log, the one where they filled out, where we talked to Lolo here, and this you can see came from Partner Portal. So as I scheduled a ticket, information came from Partner Portal here. Feel free to play with that one. Also, analytics has also been updated with Partner Portal source. So for all things coming from Partner Portal now, we have the source Partner Portal. So now you can see all the stuff coming from Partner Portal directly in analytics as well. All right, that's Partner Portal. On to the next one, forms. You can now, we have included now a new field for forms to allow attachments. So now, so I have some set up already. Let's just check out my report form. So we have a new field available under the category component and attachment upload. So here in my report form, I added a few. So when you add it, you have the option to set it mandatory or not mandatory. You have the option to set the label up, because at any given point in your forms, you may have a different reason why you have an attachment field here. So you're free to update the label however you want here with whatever you need. So in this case, I have it in the device group. So device upload files or images about the device. And we have categories here. And I'll show you this in Workplace, but the idea behind this is that you can set this attachment to a specific category. So in this case, since it's about device, I'm setting it device category. Down here, I have 2 more attachment upload fields where I have them connected to the work report. So this will be intervention. I have these set to right there. I have these set to intervention. So when they save, they'll save with the intervention tag, and I'll show you what that looks like in Workplace in a second. And you can put these in all forms. At this time, it is not available for the create form, but all the other forms, it's fine. Create form will come next month, and we'll report on that when it does come out live. So let's see what it looks like in action here. I have some tickets prepared. So for 495, where'd it go? There it is. I saw 495. I have also some attachment field in my edit form. So I wanted just to show you here. So we're going to add some stuff here. So I'm going to add some device info here. And I also have some here. I'm going to add some supplementary ticket info here. Save it. And now you'll see in attachments, we added these attachments via the edit form. And these are the tags I was talking about. Since I added the device, I added a attachment in the device group where the tag was set to device. It added the device tag. And for the intervention one, I set the supplementary info to intervention. So now I want to show you what happens here in the FMA. So I'm just going to schedule this to myself here, and then we'll look at an FMA because we also have this available in FMA. So let's publish this and let's take a look at the FMA. All right, so here we go. And I'm just going to go through here. So now here on my report form, I have the attachment option here to add attachments here as well. So I'm just going to add a file here. Cool. And I have the option if it's success, upload any supporting files or images. If it's not successful, I have a different attachment label field. Unsuccessful, upload any files, docs, images needed for your follow-up tickets. So we'll go the happy path here. You can also take photos from there directly as well and upload those. So not just files, but images and files. And done. And save. And we'll sign the ticket. And that has been reported. So now see we have here, and there they are. So now you'll see the attachments that came from the report from the FMA were directly uploaded to Workplace. So the dispatcher is aware of any attachments, and it's under attachments here. All right, this also works from Partner Portal as well. So from Partner Portal, we also have the ability to add files as well. So basically, wherever this form is used at, you have access, and it works from everywhere. So here as well, we have the same form here, just showing in Partner Portal. Let's just add some files here. And done. And so now I see here the files were attached, device and intervention. So it works from Partner Portal, it works from the FMA, it works directly from Workplace. So anywhere you have your forms with the attachment field in there, it'll work from all places. Which then is leading me to the next one. Again, it's forms related, but this is about the item object. So you're probably used to mostly creating forms for a ticket object. We now have the ability and possibility to create for the item object here. So I have already created one. So now when you click item, we now have workflow and project available for the item object here and for these forms, action types, right? So I created one for the return form where I added a attachment upload field, and I just updated the group name here just so you can easily see it when we look at it in FMA. And for here, I added the other, well, not the other one, but the part one, because this will be displayed elsewhere. And I'm going to show you where that one's displayed. So if you have this set to value part and it's on a item object, this tag is saved elsewhere. And I'll show you where that's saved once we go to the FMA. So you can see here, I have the content project return. And you can see here, I have this. This is only for this project. Any other project is going to just use the base return form. But since this is a custom item return form, you see my custom field and custom name. You can add other fields as you want. I just kept this pretty basic. So we'll see what happens when we add attachments here. I guess it makes more sense to send an image. So let's just send an image. All right. Let's just send an image here. And that's it. We'll save it. Let's take a look at that ticket. Hopefully it's pretty quick. Right, wrong one. Let's go to the right one. And other parts here, since this attachment was attached to a item object, it's going to be sent to the part itself. So since there's one part, we added one attachment to that part. We now see this image sent from the FMA part return form with the tag part. Yeah, so that's where it's showing up here for parts forms. So basically the feature is that you can now add the project and the workflow to the item objects for the item forms. All right. Automations, automated actions. We've gotten rid of the old way. So now when you click this, there's no more two options. It's just the one workflow-based option to send automated actions. However, the old ones are still there for you if you're still using them, which I'm sure a lot of you are still using them. You can still adjust them as needed, but we encourage you to convert them to the workflow-based ones and update your workflow with all of these over time. These will be here for a while, so we're not getting rid of the old way. You'll still have access to it. You just won't be able to create new ones like this. So going forward, you're going to have to create workflow-based ones, convert all your old ones to the new way, and then eventually at some point in the future, we'll get rid of the old way and we'll only have the one way. Speaking of workflow, workflow got some updates as well. So let's take a look. We just made it a little easier for you to adjust your workflow and to see what else you need to do to make sure you can publish it. Before, you only had access to here, and you're checking here and your objects, and you're making sure, okay, all your nodes hit, and the next object, all your nodes hit, the next object, all your nodes hit. That's no longer the case no more. We have a check total coverage button at the top now. So this is much easier to see what you have covered. So right away, it kind of looks like a Christmas tree, different kind of lights and colors and whatnot here. So in this example here, I have one pass and 8 missed. Just remember, green is good. So if you have one that passed this step, you're good to go. 8 missed. Where these numbers come from? These numbers come from the number of objects you have available in this one. So out of 9 objects, one of these passed, which is good. As long as one of these objects that you're testing passed this node, total coverage is good to go. As you can see here, I have one that's not covered. When I try to publish, I can't because total coverage has failed. So you go here and see, what am I missing? Okay, I have one more node to hit with any one of these objects. So let's go ahead and do that here. So we need to hit the intervention wait, cancel appointment. So let's go do that here. Which one is that one? 491. So we need to trigger the cancel appointment intervention wait. I'm at intervention wait step, so we need to trigger this cancel appointment. So let's go ahead and do that. Now this appointment's canceled. We'll go back to our workflow. And now you see everything is green. So we're good to go. Everything is good. Doesn't matter if each individual object didn't pass through every node, that's fine. As long as one does, you can pass it. Now we can check publish. Good to go. Everything's good. We can publish it. Not gonna do that right now, but we can. Another small addition here. Let me find another one that has a couple. Yeah, there we go. So to make this a little easier for you too, if there's a new node or updated, I don't have it here, but if there's a new or updated node, you'll see a little green dot here, so you can easily see which one's the new one. Another addition is that we now have, if you click on the bar, you'll see which ones were successfully tested already. So you can see this object already went through these nodes. And you click on the gray bar, you'll see that these ones weren't tested by this object here. You can open and close them by clicking on it here. So that's just another addition to help you and speed along your workflow updates. Some other extras that were updated as well is the partner portal button is now, I'm in the wrong step here. Let's go here. The partner portal button. Last release, we introduced partner portal buttons. This time we introduce invalidate token. So if you have this set to yes, and they go through the step, in this case, it's a reject step. So we don't want that partner portal link to be valid anymore if they rejected the partner or rejected the ticket. So in this case, we set this to yes. So when they go through and they hit rejected, that link is dead. They can no longer access that partner portal link. And you set up your workflow to do whatever it wants to do, to come back and create a new link for you to send out to another partner or to handle it yourself, however you need to do it. So yeah, you can now invalidate partner portal buttons to invalidate the link. All right. Also, here in actions, we have actions here. We had set, get. There was some confusion there because there's no qualifying what is this set and what is this set. Now we have it clear here. So set, this is a ticket set, and this set is update value set. This get is get values, and this get is item get. So hopefully that alleviates a lot of your pains here when setting up actions. And we also have, for the basic users, so non-enterprise, non-business users, they will, since we introduced a new way of automated actions, they have no way to create a new automated action. So for basic users, they will be able to edit workflows now. However, they will not be able to clone workflows. They will not be able to create or delete nodes, but they will be able to update actions, edit their workflow, add in their automated actions, so on and so forth. All right, staying here in the admin panel, we are going to go to projects. Here we go. So projects here, we have the, excuse me. Projects here, we have the, there we go, parts page here. We've updated this label here for the storage time. It was storage time in days. This is no longer the case. It's only for PUDOs. So the storage time will only apply to delivery type PUDO. So it's no longer added as a storage time for every type of delivery type when you're creating parts in the workplace. Let me show you what I mean there. So let's just go to any ticket here. So now you're creating parts and you're setting up a delivery type. You select PUDO. It's going to automatically add the storage time from the project settings. You're free to adjust it. You can reduce it. You can make it greater. Make it 15 days. You can make it 5 days, whatever you want. But it automatically adds it from the project settings. If you select affected or custom or engineer, it doesn't take the project settings for the part storage. It only applies to PUDOs. You're still free to add storage times if you want for the affected delivery type or engineer delivery type or custom delivery type. You can still add storage time as you need, but it's not going to take it from the project settings. All right, so another one, container tickets. Before, when you had container tickets and you open the scheduled ticket, it opened the scheduling assistant where you were expected then to click on the multiple appointments box if you wanted to schedule more than one appointment. That was creating some confusion, so that's no longer the case. So now for container tickets only, you hit the schedule button, it goes directly to the multi-appointment setting form. So you can create a single appointment if you want, or you can create multiple appointments as you need. No longer any kind of confusion with the calendar and the engineer preference and all that. You can set your engineers here, set your appointments, add your appointments directly here without having to. So basically just made it easy for you to skip that step of clicking that multiple appointment box. All right, back to the admin panel. For incoming and outgoing mappings, we now added the ability to test out incoming outgoing mappings without having to save it and test it live. So that's nice. So now you can simply go here, do your code, whatever you got to do, and test it right here. And you can test out whatever code you need here, make sure it works, everything's going to run. And then once you're satisfied, you can save it and go on. Yeah. And we also have the same case for outgoing mappings. So outgoing mappings, you have the ability to test, check your mapping, test what you need to test. In this case, you can pick a ticket to test it against, test it. It's probably going to fail because it's no good because I have nothing in there. But yeah, so we have all the testing directly in outgoing and incoming mappings, so you don't have to test it live. Also, we've added some similar stuff to the interface monitoring. So now you can see those tests also here, or also when you're trying acknowledge. I don't have anything here showing, but if you have acknowledge and retry, you'll see those attempts here. So before we had process details and API history before, now we have process log history. So be able to see if you're hitting that retry button, it'll add another attempt. If you hit the retry button again, it'll add a third attempt and a fourth attempt and a fifth attempt. Same with acknowledge. You hit acknowledge, you fill out your information, save it, it's going to add the attempt here. So you'll be able to see the history of the process logs and all the attempts tried quickly here and easily in the interface monitoring page. All right, here we have more value sets here. All right, we've added some value sets here. We now have available workflow time logs, so you can add your own workflow time logs as you need here. We've also added the item object value sets as well. So for part status, you can add some more if you want. Usage, you can add other usage reasons, and return options, you can add other return options for all your needs. This goes along with the custom item forms now. So now you can adjust which options are available per project, per workflow, however you need. Notable fix, the history. There was a limitation on the history to only show 100, I think it was 100 entries. This is no longer the case. Now we show all entries. However many entries this ticket has, we will show them. So we'll no longer cut off the history log at 100. So that is good. All right, moving on to FMA. In the last release, we introduced this API stock for parts. So if you remember, we added this to be able to set up an API connection from Fieldcode to your stock, wherever you have it. It could be a virtual stock, a van stock, a local stock, whatever you have set up. We have this set up here in Workplace. This now works in the FMA. So in this case, last month we introduced this where the dispatcher can recommend which parts are needed, select them, send it off, and the engineer can then go and find these parts or whatever, get these parts. We now have this option. So I have no parts sent to this. So now we're going to look at the FMA. And we're going to see the engineer can just add these parts himself directly from the local stock or his van stock or wherever he has the stock. So he's simply going to go to the parts page. We now have a new plus button. Same as in iOS. In iOS, we also have the same thing. So you add the part up here. On the Android, you add the part right here. Yeah. So it's the exact same setup as we have in the Workplace. I'm just going to show you through an Android for now. So it works the same. You can search for the parts if you know the part number or whatever. You can scan the barcode of the part, and if it finds it here, it's going to select it, or you can just do it manually. Select the part, go next, enter your entry ID, whatever you need to, save it. And now this part is now attached to this ticket. So now you see this part here in the Workplace. So now the engineer added this part himself and not the dispatcher. So you can see the parts here. It just took a minute for it to show up, but it's an FMA as well. So he selected the part, he added it, now it's visible in here and he can receive it, and so on and so forth. Just like after this, it's just a regular parts workflow here. Receive, usage, return. All right. All right, some enterprise features for enterprise customers. Fieldcode Plus has received, oh, wrong one, let's go here. So now in Fieldcode Plus, you have the ability to download your records. So similar to what we have in Workplace, where you can download all the tickets in the ticket pool, we now have that option here to download all the records within the custom object here. So you simply click on the download button, save it, and then you can look at it. Also, you'll notice here we now have query searching available for custom objects here. So now if you don't have any shared queries or queries, it's going to show this. If you don't have any queries, go to My Queries to create some. However, as you saw, you can also do it here. If I just create a query here, that works. You can save it directly, and you can choose either to save it in My Queries or Shared Queries. So let's save this as a shared query. Call this new only, save it, and now you'll see it in your list for shared queries, and you'll also see it here, and everybody else will see it here as well for shared queries. And you can create shared queries from here now, directly from the query page, or you can do it directly from here. Also, what's a good benefit too is when you do the shared query, we now show the query here. So if you want to update this, you simply change it, update it, save the query, save it back to here, used only, and save. And now you have both your shared queries here. If you save it as a my query, you'll see my query as well. Let's save one. Laptop will save this query as my query. Laptop. And now you'll see my queries and shared queries is here. All right. And the last one, another one for workflow, but this is enterprise base. That's why I saved it for last, is that now when you're doing your workflow and you're in tree mode, you can now move stuff up and down. So let's say you want to create asset, you can now drag and drop anywhere. You want create asset to be behind this one, you just drop it on there, a little warning message, and it's dropped now here. So now it's going from appointment to create partner portal link and now to create asset. Now, if you don't want that, that's fine. You're not going to be able to set it to its parent, obviously, because it's already connected there, but you can set it to any one of these here. So I want it back in appointment because I don't need it behind that one. Set it back there, hit OK, and now it's back here. Now, for whatever reason, I want this one to be at the bottom, and I can't, it doesn't go to the bottom. So now we have a new option here. When you click on it, move, you can move down one, or you can move all the way down. And when you're in the middle, you have more options to move up to the top, move up one, move down one, move all the way to the bottom. We'll move this one all the way to the bottom. Edit, I want it at the top, so let's move it to the top, and you're good to go. It's done. So basically the feature is to drag and drop different nodes and to move them visually. That's all I have